Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I am Mystic Jen. In today's video, we are going to do an update for Ukraine and Russia. This conflict that continues to go on. In spirit, I was feeling like we're getting very close to the end, but it's still going to go on for a little while longer. Now, there are peace talks that are occurring today. Today is March 29th, 2022. So we're going to take a look at those peace talks. We're going to take a look at Putin's mindset right now. We're going to look at what's going on with Ukraine and President Zelensky, and get an overall feel of if there's any shifts, any changes that has occurred. Okay, and I want to also thank each and every one of you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your positive energy that you send my way. Okay, so we are going to dig in without further ado. And I also wanted to say, keep an eye out on my website. I'm going to have some other services up this week. I'm going to have my past life services, and I'm also going to add in there at least one other, which would be a 15-minute reading with me. So you'll have a choice between 15 minutes, half hour, or an hour. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig in here. Okay, we're going to start with these peace talks that are going on today. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. And Hanged Man. The Emperor. The Emperor, to me, is representing the world leaders getting together. But I feel as though, and we have the Five of Wands. Things could get a little bit heated in this meeting. Six of Swords. So I'm getting the overall impression here that things are going to come to, like, not a complete standstill, but during this this meeting, fighting is going to be died down. There's going to be a little bit of suspension, literally. Okay, and then we have the Fool card. Okay, what I'm getting here is we're starting out with going into this meeting with some hope. Going in there with some bright ideas, new ideas. So I think both sides have their ideas, their inspirations, their desired results of this. I feel like that it's hopeful for a new beginning here. Kind of a chance to grow. I think ideas are going to be heard. Justice is a concern here. Some kind of negotiations and balancing the scales. Things are out of balance right now, and with this Justice card and this Ace of Swords, there are discussions and communications and this sense of fairness. Both sides want a fair result. But it seems like the talks are going to be suspended. They may even be prolonged. With this Hanged Man energy, I am not getting the sense that things are going to be resolved today. And the Emperor card, the world leaders getting together. I think that I'm not seeing things getting resolved today. I really don't. I think the talks are going to go on, which that is key. That knowing that at least they're talking. And both sides are trying to be fair, but there is a little bit of unfairness in some of the demands. Maybe on both sides. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay? Sometimes I tend to say things that are unpopular, but I'm just reading the cards. That's it. Just a card reader here. But this is this energy that maybe even on Ukraine's side, some of their demands, it's like they want Putin's head. And as much as we dislike Putin, as much as we think he's crazy and nuts and stuff, and all the damage he's caused, it's kind of like, I'm sorry to say this, but I gotta say it, like an inhumane way of dealing with him. Okay? Even though he's not popular, even though he's done some horrific things, he's still a human being. The flip side of it is, Putin wants Ukraine to give up some of their land that Russia wants actually to become part of Russia. There's like this line forming on the eastern border there of the country, of Ukraine. And Russia wants that. So, with these, I think they're going to be going back and forth. There is definitely going to be a lot of tension. But I don't think that the talks are done. So they're all going to be walking away from this. And what I feel is that things are going to calm down. We've already been seeing Russia still being aggressive, but not as aggressive as what they have been. And I feel that things are going to calm down. I feel that these talks are leading in the right direction for once, finally, and could lead to a new age. Finally, I said new age because Aquarius is Uranus energy, which is associated. I said Aquarius. The Fool is Uranus energy, which is equated to Aquarius, age of Aquarius. I don't know how that resonates here, but there's some kind of new age coming up here. And there's some kind of risk involved with this as well. Russia doesn't trust Zelensky, and Zelensky doesn't trust Russia. So there seems to be a trust factor here. I would like to draw another card on that Fool card. Eight of Wands. So, with these two cards, Russia may be promising to withdraw, promising a ceasefire here. It's a lot of talk, but Zelensky's attitude is show some action here. Okay? It's like almost like maybe the ceasefire, Hanged Man energy occurring, fighting stopping, talks going in the right direction, but this pause in action, things calm down. I get the sense that it's temporary, or Zelensky feels it's temporary. Okay? It's like he's not going to rest until justice is served for what has been done to his country. Can't blame President Zelensky for that. But even though there are disagreements, there are still disagreements in this that need to be worked out. But the talks are at least moving forward in the right direction. There are these negotiations going on. I'm wondering if there is a third party in here, somebody who's trying to be neutral and fair to both sides to help along with the negotiations. Is there another world leader? That could be NATO. Comment below if you know. I do not. I do not have cable TV. I just have like a smart TV where I could get like Peacock and stuff like that. Okay. We have the Five of Pentacles here. This is that financial loss. This is what's motivating these talks as far as Russia is concerned, because they're feeling the pinch. And we have the Page of Swords here. A lot of intellectual communications. There's new ideas being thrown out. I feel that we're going to hear news of new ideas, new resolutions, if you will, that haven't come out before, that haven't been under discussion. So this is kind of like a different peace talk per se. Okay. Go clean up these cards. And we're going to shuffle them again. We're going to get into Putin's energy and Zelensky's energy. I have a new Rider-Waite deck coming tomorrow. Actually, two of them, two different versions. This deck's going to go because this deck is 15 years old and hard to shuffle because it's so worn out. So this is one of them decks I used to use quite a bit, but it's just getting too worn out. Those will be here tomorrow. But I didn't want to wait until tomorrow to do this reading. Okay. Let's see. President Zelensky's energies. Okay. Nine of Swords. Three of Cups. Eight of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Two eights here. Interesting. Okay, now I'm going to draw the cards for President Zelensky. Okay. We have Judgment. We have Page of Cups. We have the World. Okay. Starting out with Putin here. We have Nine of Swords energy here. He is not sleeping. This is a card of extreme anxiety. This could be also about depression, disappointment. He has a lot of racing thoughts. He is not sleeping very well. And they are showing me here. Maybe it is, I feel like it's affecting his health. get another card on this worry card. He's worried about a peaceful resolution. I'm hearing that he feels that he's got himself in deeper than he expected. Almost like he knows that he got himself in too deep. Ten of Cups. He does want that happily ever after. He does want, believe it or not, again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just a lady here who's reading the cards and just seeing what they say. He desires a happy ending. He thinks that he thinks he's going to get everything that he wants. But he's worried about that he's not going to be able to obtain anything. He's not going to get anything out of this. He's kind of like, again, feeling like he's in too deep. He's had these ideas of the glorious USSR being reunited. He's in charge of it all. He's running it all. And he had this dream of becoming a huge superpower. He had a lot of ego. And, he celebrated prematurely. When he first went into Ukraine, he thought, okay, this is going to be easy peasy. Everybody's going to roll over. He's going to take over. And he was kind of celebrating ahead of time. Now, he held on to that idea. Now he's bunkering down. He's trying to hold on to some hope. He's being he's very well guarded right now. Because everything's blowing up in his face. Conquering Ukraine was not an easy task that he thought it was going to be. He could actually have attacks coming and hitting very, very close to home here. It's like maybe explosions going on around him as well. The Lovers. So I think some of you have said he has his mistress. He might be bunkered down with her. Because he has, the man might be cold and calculating, but he does have some sense of what love is within him. Because he loves his mistress. He loves this woman. And he is trying to protect her as well. There we have the Justice card. I get this energy, I don't have reversals out here. If it pops out reversed, then it's telling me pay close attention to me. That's how I do the reversals. I read the energy and I could tell if it's reversed energy or not. And this almost feels like he feels like things are not fair. He's not being treated fairly. Russia's not being treated fairly. Things are out of balance. This is what's going through his mind. Okay? That these peace talks, what NATO and the world want from him, is not realistic. He is having a little bit of remorse right now. He is definitely feeling the emotional loss. I think his remorse is he wishes he would have done things differently. The way he went about this, he's thinking to himself that he fucked up. He'll never admit to the world that he has any kind of remorse. This is another side of Putin that I never thought I'd see. But he's feeling the loss, definitely. Fives are also about conflicts and challenges. He is emotionally challenged. He is financially challenged right now. Abandonment. Okay. Doing something alone. He also is feeling that his oligarch or people very close to him, people that he trusts, his advisors, are like pulling away from him and abandoning him. Page of Swords. Yeah, that, and I feel like that they're speaking some very strong truths to him. Okay? And he's not liking it. I feel like, yeah, he is, I'm getting a very paranoid energy. He's even getting to the point where he's not trusting the people closest to him. Okay, and he's looking at things of, what is it going to take to keep me out of prison? He's very much caught in his head, very much paranoid. And again, I get that firing squad energy. It's going to take a lot of work. A lot of hard work for Putin not to be put to death. He's afraid of being captured and he's going to be put to death. So he's working very hard and diligently to try to prevent that. I feel like that might be even part of those peace talks that I just did earlier. And Putin is has this energy of, I'm trying, I'm really trying. He's got this energy that says he's trying. Maybe he's trying a little bit, but it's not enough. But Putin thinks it's enough. He says, I'm really trying to resolve this conflict. I'm really trying to bring about a fair resolution. But you're not treating me fairly. You want to imprison me. You want to put me to death here. And that's his energy. He's just, no matter what anybody tells him, that's in his mind. And I feel as each day goes by, he's more mentally conflicted. I feel like he's driving himself insane. And his own people are watching him because they feel that energy. They are watching him get crazier and crazier. And they're showing me that there is, underneath the surface, a mental disorder. Whether it's schizophrenia or bipolar or manic depressant or dementia maybe. He is starting to really lose his mind. He's becoming very paranoid, and his own oligarch, his own people are watching him. I feel that NATO is pushing, NATO and Zelensky's wanting judgment here. Moving into Zelensky, he wants judgment. He wants Putin to face his karma. And I'm seeing the death here. Zelensky does want Putin to be put to death. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Zelensky could be under some sort of judgment as well for something. Spirit is just pointing this out to me. I'm not sure what this is. But he could be, with the Page of Cups, making a very emotional decision instead of based on logic. That might be borderline unhumane or borderline shaky. Or it could be something minor, or it could be something really huge. But with the Judgment card, it's... But yeah, okay, an idea that Zelensky has might be under question by the world. Don't shoot the messenger. You know, he's coming across as this wonderful man, this wonderful leader, the savior of Ukraine. Yes, he's done a lot of great things. Overall energy, he's done a lot of great things. And I have to show you this because I flipped over the deck and I saw it, the Knight of Swords. I think he has this idea that comes up suddenly that is maybe a little bit shady, could be even chaotic himself, that he makes this decision based on emotions. But it feels like, it's just one of them decisions that it's a little bit, something's off about it. And when it comes out, and this is behind the scenes, I feel, but when it comes out, he could face some judgment himself. But there's something there that is a little bit, it's not sitting right. And he burdens. He is carrying the weight of this war on his shoulders. Okay? And it's almost like becoming burdensome, overbearing. Like a little bit too much. So this idea pops into his head and he makes a sudden decision. Okay. Chariot. Ooh, boy. I'm getting this energy that he may try to rally some troops and march. Is he thinking of marching into Russia? I mentioned the explosions going on around Putin. It's almost like he has an alliance here, somebody he's working with, a partnership with the Two of Cups, and he's done this out of his emotions, but the Chariot is also about success. He might be successful in doing this, but his motives are going to be questioned. That's what I'm hearing. It's almost like him doing the same thing that Putin did. An attack somewhere in Russia, maybe even attacking Moscow. Whether it's with missiles, could be with missiles, because we did have the Eight of Wands earlier. Could be with missiles. But with this Page of Cups here, this could also be representing children as well. Innocent children. So there could be some kind of an counterattack against Russia on Russian soil. That is going to shake Putin to his core. That his own country could get attacked, get destroyed. It's almost like Zelensky is having this attitude, an eye for an eye. And I think that's where the world is going to judge him and question his motives for attacking Moscow, because I feel like innocent women, innocent children in Moscow could also be killed. Devil. Abso-fucking-lutely. The darker side of Zelensky. Everybody has a light side and a dark side. Okay? And his darker side, I'm hearing hatred. This is new ideas, but they're born out of passion. Now, we do have two kinds of passion here. We have the lovable passion, the enthusiasm, the ambition. That still applies here, but there's a darker side to that passion that instead of love, it's the opposite. It's hate. It's negativity. So I think that Zelensky, he means well, but his emotions overtake him, and I get this very vengeful energy. Yep, there we go. An ending. That might be what ends the war. It might be what, because it scares the shit out of Putin that his own country could get attacked. That Ukraine could have the capability of sending missiles or whatever to Moscow. Okay, I'm not sure how much you saw there, but I might have, if I repeat some things, I do apologize. But I just happened to look up on my camera and saw that I had to restart the camera because it shuts off after 29 minutes and 29 seconds. So what I was saying is, I feel that he's going to be under judgment, as I said, because people are going to question, why didn't you go in and just attack military targets, supply lines for Russia's military, things like that, Russia's own missile arsenal, to disable them. But these missiles go into civilian areas that, when I said earlier, that eye for an eye attitude that is fueled by negative emotions, a passion that is fueled by negative emotions, hatred, revenge. A lot of us as human beings, we go through that. But as a military leader, we have to be mindful that two wrongs don't make a right. I'm sorry for everybody that loves President Zelensky. I love him too. But as human beings, we all can make bad decisions. And I feel that a decision that he is making is not going to be good. I mean, there's the positives and the negatives. Like I said, I feel it is going to end the conflict because it's going to scare the living shit out of Putin. A reality check. When he sees his own country under attack and being destroyed, that's when I think Putin's going to withdraw out of Ukraine. But Zelensky, he's going to go in there charging because he's had enough. He's had enough of death in his own country. And he wants this conflict to end, but he's going about it in the wrong way. I wish somebody would show this to President Zelensky, because he needs to understand, it doesn't, even if he aimed at military targets, just a little bit of shelling in Russia will be enough to shake up Putin. Because Putin thinks Russia's invincible. Nobody could come into Russia. Nobody's going to attack the country itself. Okay? So, if he took out some military targets, that would be enough for Putin to shit his fucking pants. Okay? But there's a question about the targeting. There might be reasoning and them saying, well, the missiles was off target. There was a miscalculation. I feel, because the world is going to be looking at that and judging the situation. Two wrongs don't make a right. Makes you no better than Putin if you attack civilians. Okay? That's the energy that I'm getting, that he might become under some scrutiny for this. Now, like I said, I'm getting this message that the excuse is going to be that there was a miscalculation in the coordinates for the said target, and it happens to hit civilians. That's the story that will come out. Okay, let's get some cards on this world card. See what the world is going to say about all this, and what news is going to go out to the world. A lot of confusion, a lot of doubt. A cover-up. Thank you. An illusion, a cover-up. So there is going to be a cover-up. The world's going to be told a different version of what really happened. Like I said, I feel like that I miscalculation in the coordinates. A goof, a mistake. And there's some disappointment. World being disappointed, being upset, being hurt. Again, passing judgment on why civilians, because that's what Putin did. Why would you do the same thing? There's going to be heartache and pain in the world over a decision that Zelensky's going to make. And he, like I said, he's making this out of passion on the order of hatred and vengeance. That eye for an eye energy. But it ends well with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this could be that written news, that official announcement that there is still something hidden that they are hiding. I still get this message of that a misfire. But it's the end result, I feel, is going to be some kind of, yeah, there's the missiles. That there's going to be an excuse why the missiles hit where they hit. Okay, let's clean these cards up. And get an overall energy of how this war is going to end. Okay. A little bit longer video today, guys. And once again, I'm going to remind you, I'm just reading the cards. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger for this. President Zelensky is human. He can make bad judgment calls as well, just like anybody else. Just like Biden, just like Donald Trump, just like President Bush or Bill Clinton. You know, he made some bad choices in the office as well. Some questionable ethical. You know, I'm referring to Monica Zelensky. You know, that sex scandal. You know, people make mistakes, bad decisions, bad choices. But let's see how this conflict is going to end. Maybe they'll give a timing, maybe they won't. Okay. Okay. Page of Cups came out again. A sense of peace. Eight of Swords in the reverse. It's like Ukraine not being held captive anymore. They're going to maintain their independence with the Nine of Pentacles. We do have the Queen of Swords. There is that Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And I'm feeling very much Aquarius. I think that is President Zelensky. So I do feel that there's definitely going to be, Ukraine is going to maintain independence. They're going to be strong. A little bit reserved. But I see the Three of Pentacles on the one side of her. That is talks, negotiations, being recognized. He will be recognized. Zelensky's going to be recognized for getting this war to come to an end. This conflict. This is working with other world leaders to accomplish peace. This is somebody who is seeking the truth. This is somebody who is very determined. Kind of cold. It's like Zelensky's going to go from being this acting out of hatred and revenge to being very much feeling like he was right in his decision making, no matter what anybody else thinks. He had to do what he had to do in order to bring this conflict to an end. But that Page of Cups is representing to me peaceful resolution. I feel like there's people here that are doing a lot of self-reflection on this. Ten of Pentacles. Being very, very established. Page of Pentacles. We got 2 pages here. The pages to me in this outcome is representing the communications, new ideas, kind of going in a new direction. I almost feel that the option's going to come up of we will withdraw, we will back off, financial sanctions will be lifted, Putin, if you withdraw your troops and abandon this idea, this invasion. Now, let's play devil's advocate here. If part of the negotiations is to keep Putin in power, which I hope is not the case, this 8 of Swords is releasing the idea, but I'm feeling temporarily. Upright, I feel like it's going to go right back in. He's still going to be mentally conflicted. And I'm getting 8 years. I feel like, okay, 8 years ago, I believe Putin tried this one other time to go into Ukraine and then failed. Now, I feel like if Putin remains in power, I'm not feeling that he's going to be. Okay, I'm feeling like he's going to be removed from power. He may even be removed from power by his own people. And Spirit is showing me that 4 of Swords. That could also be representing death. They're showing me that could be the end of Putin. That could be Putin in death. This might not end well for Putin at all. But let's assume he escapes capture and he remains in power here. In 8 years, he will try again. It's an 8-year cycle. Spirit showed me this is an 8-year cycle. He will try again in 8 years. And it's going to be like, he's going to think, 3rd time's a charm. Because Putin's going to have that opportunity in the 8 years to regroup and re-strategize. And come up with new approaches. Okay? More logical approaches. So I'm just saying in 8 years this could come up again. Yep, there we go. Another 8. Again, in this we got both of the same 2 8s, and I've shuffled the deck. Same 2 fucking 8s coming up in this reading. In this particular question about the ending. So, the ceasefire, there's going to be a ceasefire for 8 years. That's a long time to try to go back on this video to see if I was right or not. But, this will be in the playlist. But that's what I'm getting. And there are also another 8. 8s are very significant here. And 8s are about movement, change, speed. And when I say change, it's rapid change. So this is going to come to a very rapid end, a sudden end. The conflict is. I'm hearing 8 weeks. So let's just mark this down that in about 8 weeks, we might see this conflict over. Or at a pause, at a standstill, until 8 years from now. Okay, this is what I have for you for today. I do thank you for watching. Don't forget that thumbs up, subscribe, share, and comment. And I will see you folks in the next video. Blessed be love and light.